I'm Eric Lanigan with Lanigan and Lanigan attorneys in Winter Park, Florida. I've had many people who have watched various videos that we've done and read some of our blog posts, who when they have come in have commented that while all of the videos are educational and helpful, they really don't know anything about who is the person behind the voice. And it's been suggested that maybe I talk a little bit about who I am and how I got to be standing here today. And brief history, I've always lived in Florida. I developed an education in a very specialized area, which was securities fraud. And I've always enjoyed that. And up until the bankruptcy explosion, that type of litigation, as well as real estate-oriented litigation, problems with the homes, termites, sinkholes, you name it, I've always done that type of litigation. That was the predominant area of my practice until this whole bankruptcy thing really exploded in 2007, 2008. And that has, I think for the benefit of our economy, that has slowed down to a great deal. More, not quite where it was before 2007, but certainly much closer to that. And so since then, it's been a refocusing on a lot of the areas that I worked in before: securities litigation, real estate litigation. In fact, the first case I ever tried by myself in a jury trial, and I was probably 28, 29, 30 years old, was a case where I actually defended a real estate firm who was sued by someone who bought a home. Sure enough, they're in the home for a couple of months. They decide, gee, maybe we'll take this wall down. They pulled the wall down, and of course, the house is completely termite infested. So they sued the person who sold them the home. They sued the bug company. They sued the realtor. They basically sued everybody. And in that case, I represented the realtor, and that was the first jury trial I ever had, and it dealt with defective issues in a home, undisclosed issues or problems that you couldn't see until you actually pulled a wall down. So I think, like most lawyers in my age group, you have a history like that, where some things you directed yourself towards, other things just sort of seem to happen to you, and but it all works for the good. I've been practicing with my son now for 7 or 8 years. I guess time flies when you're having fun. And it's been a real joy to watch him grow and progress. He has an inherently aggressive nature, which suits him well for litigation type activities. Like me, he's bumped into a few walls, which is a good experience, and all of which makes you a much better lawyer. And it's been a great deal of fun and an energizing thing for me to be in the practice with the next generation and watch him develop and learn and actually become in many ways a better lawyer than myself, as he learns and progresses. And suddenly one day you wake up and you realize you're learning things from him. You're not so much sure how much he's learning from you anymore. And that's a fun thing for a dad, and it's something that I've really enjoyed. And so that's sort of the brief history of Eric Lanigan and the practice of law. I hope it helps to put things in context, so when you watch some of these other videos or read these blogs and you wonder, well, who is this guy, and where does he come from, and how did he get to be standing in front of me doing this video, you have a better sense of all of those, the answers to all of those questions. So appreciate your time. And again, I'm Eric Lanigan with Lanigan and Lanigan attorneys in Winter Park, Florida.